So a big lineup for the pre-final for the Spark Karts and Race Engines cadet class. And this is where so many of our races started. Back in cadets, you can start racing these little Racket 85cc engine karts from just 6 years of age. And Andrew, this is where you got your start.
Yeah, exactly. You know, it's actually funny to think that I used to be once upon a time in here. 8 years old, I got into this, and it is a fantastic way to get into motorsport. And, you know, it certainly shows the grounds for moving forwards to the years to come.
Joshua Parkinson there battling with the 7 of Jackson Rooney. Lots of new names that have come in to kart sport in the cadet class over the last couple of seasons, and I think it continues to be the biggest single growth class that we do have in kart sport in the country. And this battle will be just titanic, as we've seen for so many years. The 42 goes through into the lead. That's Tom Gregg. And if we go back through qualifying in the heats, Ben Morrison was the top qualifier. Parkinson won the first heat from Thomas Boniface. Boniface won the second heat, and Parkinson came back to win heat number 3. That's Joshua Parkinson, of course. Parkinson currently in the second position. Beautiful sunny conditions. Andrew, this is quite a technical and fast track. These cadets with not a lot of horsepower, it's all about momentum. You can't afford to get these karts sideways.
Yeah, exactly. You know, it is all about momentum, and it's very, very fast going off the first 2 corners. So, you know, they'll be hanging it out through there, and there is a tight little section towards the end of the lap, and it's, you know, you've got to have the kart set up perfectly.
Thomas Boniface moving into the second position with a pass there on the 89 of Josh Parkinson.
As you could see him pointing there, he was trying to tell the car behind him to make sure he followed him through to catch the leaders.
So Parkinson now starting to fall back as the 31 goes by. That's young Riley Jack. So Parkinson may not be quite there on setup, just maybe with tyre pressures, quite hot conditions here today. And that'll keep the track temperatures up as well.
Yeah, and because these karts are so little, you know, every little change that you make just makes a huge difference. So you've got to be right on your games to make sure the karts are perfect with setups.
So the starting order for this pre-final set up from the 3 heats. Top qualifier starting off the pole, and the finishing order in this pre-final will set the grid for the final. The CIK titles, sponsored by Misadat, coming down to just one race, and that is the final race of the weekend for each of the classes. So it's still 42, Tom Gregg out in front, chased by the 7 of Jackson Rooney. Very, very close out in front.
This is the tighter section coming up here where it just goes real nice and tight. And, you know, as you said, Jamie, you've got to keep the momentum up as much as you can to get a run onto the front straight again.
Well, Tom Gregg's legged most of this race. Joshua Parkinson, who started near the front, just falling back through the field a little bit. He's dropped outside of the top 6 as Jackson Rooney trying to get a run to the checkered flag, but it will be Tom Gregg by just 1/600th of a second from Jackson Rooney. Thomas Boniface in third ahead of Blake Evans, Ben Morrison and Riley Jack.